What is acceleration? So when you drive a bike, if you raise the or if you rotate the accelerator, so you have accelerator in your right hand. If you rotate like this, then what happens? Then speedometer reading, if you see the speedometer, then reading will increase. That means speed of the vehicle increases. And if you apply brakes without rotating this, if you apply brakes, what happens? Speedometer shows decrease of reading. That means speed decreases. So when there is variation of speed, when the speed changes, that means velocity. Speed or velocity both are same in this case. When the body moves in the same straight line in the same direction, when the body moves in the same straight line in the same direction, then speed and velocity both are same. Na? So when there is variation of velocity, variation of speed or velocity, variation of velocity, then this term acceleration comes into picture. So how the velocity changes? How the velocity changes per second, that is represented by means of acceleration. So acceleration comes into picture when velocity of the body changes. Velocity of the body may be increased or decreased. That means when the body is in non-uniform motion, body is in non-uniform motion, that means non-uniform velocity, body moves with non-uniform velocity, then acceleration comes into picture. So what is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity. That means change in velocity per second is called acceleration. So acceleration means rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Rate means per second. So change in velocity of the body per second is called acceleration. Suppose if the body moves like this, so it is started here, starts with an initial velocity u, starts with initial velocity u, and moves in this direction, in this straight line direction, straight line motion, and acquires a velocity, say v, in a time of t, for example. So body starts with initial velocity u, acquires a velocity v when it is moving in the straight line in time t. Then what is the change in velocity here? V minus u, v minus u. So final velocity minus initial velocity, that is the change in velocity, v minus u, by time taken is t. So because this change takes place in a time of t seconds. So in a time of t seconds, velocity change is v minus u. In 1 second, what is the change in velocity? So v minus u by time. So this is the change in velocity in 1 second. Now this is called acceleration. And you can also take a numerical example. See, body starts with a velocity of 2 meter per second, then acquires a velocity of 4 meter per second in 1 second. Then after that acquires a velocity of 6 meter per second in the second or after 2 seconds. So here the change in velocity in the first second is 4 minus 2. This is change in velocity in the first second. So between A, B, C, suppose if you take between A and B, change in velocity is 4 minus 2, that is 2. And here time interval is 1 second. So change in velocity per second is 2 meter per second by second. So this is 2 meter per second square. This is the unit of acceleration, of course, meter per second square. Meter per second is the unit of velocity, because acceleration is velocity by time, change in velocity by time. So meter per second, meter by second, meter per second square. So meter per second square is the unit of acceleration. So here between A and B, acceleration is 2 meter per second square. And between B and C, if you take, between B and C, final velocity is 6, initial velocity is 4. For this journey, if you take, for this journey, this is the initial point, this is the final point. So final velocity is 6 meter per second, initial velocity is 4 meter per second. So change in velocity is 6 minus 4. This is again 2. So it takes in the second, that means again time interval is 1 second, of course. This is second, of course, second. So time interval is 1 second again here. So change in velocity by time is 1, this is 2 meter per second square. In this way, change in velocity per second is called acceleration. Okay. Moreover, here if you take this time interval, here 1 second. During the first 1 second, change is 2 meter per second. During the second, change is 2 meter per second again. That means here acceleration is uniform. Change in velocity in equal intervals of times is the same. In the first second, change is 2. In the second, change is 2. So that change of velocity is the same in equal intervals of times. Then such type of acceleration is called uniform acceleration. Just like uniform velocity, you have uniform acceleration. So body is said to be moves with uniform acceleration if the change of velocity is the same in equal intervals of times. Equal intervals of times, if the change of velocity is the same, then you say that the body moves with uniform acceleration. Acceleration is uniform. Change of velocity is constant. Change of velocity is constant. Not velocity. Change of velocity is constant. Here change is 2. Here change is 2. Velocity goes on increasing. But that change is the same in equal intervals of times. Then it is called uniform acceleration. So this is acceleration. Hence, acceleration means change in velocity by time, because change in velocity per second means by time. So in the previous example, we have written v minus u by t. This is the acceleration. So a is equal to v minus u by t. So this is acceleration. So change of velocity is the same in equal intervals of time, so then it is called uniform acceleration. And if the change is different in different time intervals, then change is different in same time intervals. Suppose if you take, then such type of acceleration is called non-uniform acceleration. For example, body starts with velocity 2 meter per second and acquires a velocity of 4 meter per second during 1 second. And in the second, suppose at the end of the second, if its velocity is some 7 meter per second, then what happens? Here in the first second, change of velocity means 4 minus 2, that is 2. In the second, change of velocity is 7 minus 4. Here it becomes between B and C, you have 7 minus 4. This is 3 in the second. So change of velocity in the second is 3 meter per second square. 3 meter per second, that means acceleration is 3 meter per second square. So here between A and B, acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Between B and C, acceleration is 3 meter per second square. So value changes. Acceleration changes. Hence, this type of acceleration is called non-uniform acceleration. And of course, it is much difficult to describe or discuss the bodies which are moving with non-uniform acceleration. And that's why we always confine, in the case of motion, we always confine the bodies which are moving with uniform acceleration. So we discuss the motion of the bodies when the bodies are moving with uniform acceleration. So wherever in this motion or kinematics chapters, wherever the acceleration comes into picture, it means it is uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. So this is acceleration. Now here in this example, as the time proceeds, velocity increases. Velocity increases means acceleration is positive, because acceleration means final velocity minus initial velocity. 4 minus 2, 2, 7 minus 4, 3, like this. So here this is positive. Instead of this, for example, if the brakes are applied, what happens? Velocity decreases. When brakes are applied, velocity decreases. In that case, acceleration becomes negative. Why? Suppose if it is moving like this, 2 meter per starts with 7 meter per second. Suppose if it is 7 meter per second, then 4 meter per second, then it is 2, like this. So at the beginning it has high velocity. As time proceeds, velocity decreases. That means here brakes are applied. In the case of vehicle, for example, if you take, in the case of vehicle, brakes are applied. When brakes are applied, velocity decreases like this. So in this case, acceleration, if you written, so between A and B, change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity, that is 4 minus 7 by 1. So this is minus 3 meter per second square. This is acceleration. Between B and C, suppose if you take acceleration equal to final velocity between B and C, B is the initial point, C is the final point for this journey. So final velocity means 2 minus initial velocity is 4 by time interval is 1. So this is minus 2 meter per second square. So in this case, acceleration becomes negative. So negative acceleration is called retardation. Negative acceleration is called retardation. So when velocity decreases, you say that the body gets retarded. When the velocity increases, then you say that body accelerates. So positive acceleration, negative acceleration. So negative acceleration is called retardation. So in the case of retardation, you have to take acceleration as negative. Acceleration as negative. So that is retardation. So acceleration and retardation. So we have discussed about distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration. Now we can establish relations among these parameters. Distance or displacement written as S, and acceleration, velocity or speed is written as V. Acceleration is written as A small a. Now we establish relations among these parameters. Distance or displacement, speed or velocity, acceleration and time interval. In general, when the body is in motion, to describe the motion of the body means to find the future parameters of the body. That means to find the distance or displacement traveled in 5 seconds, velocity after 5 seconds, and what is the acceleration after 5 seconds, like that. So we have to establish relation among these parameters. Then only it is possible to describe the motion of the body theoretically. So for this we use some equations which are called kinematic equations. Kinematics means so branch of physics which deals with the motion of the body when the body is in straight line without referring to the cause of motion, that is force. So here we have to establish relations among these parameters which are called kinematic equations. Now consider a body. This is the body which starts with an initial velocity u. Starts with velocity u, which is called initial velocity. Initial velocity means when t equal to 0, that is starting at the beginning, velocity of the body is called initial velocity and it is represented by u. Now it moves like this and acquires a velocity v in a time of t. So here body starts with an initial velocity u, moves with uniform acceleration, acquires a velocity of v in a time of t. Now from the definition of acceleration, what is acceleration? Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Rate means per second. That means change in velocity by time taken. This is the definition of acceleration. So change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity. Here final velocity is v minus initial velocity is u. By here this change takes place in a time of t. So time is t. So acceleration a is equal to v minus u by t, implies v minus u is equal to this t comes towards left hand side, that is at becomes numerator and multiplies a. So v minus u is equal to at, implies v is equal to this minus u becomes plus u when it goes to right hand side, that is u plus at. So v is equal to u plus at. So this equation represents the final velocity. If you know the initial velocity, acceleration, then you can find the velocity after a time t. That is the future velocity of the body. Velocity of the body after 5 seconds, velocity of the body after 10 seconds, like that. So to find the final velocity of the body, that means velocity of the body after a time t, you can use this equation if you know the initial velocity and acceleration in this case. Hence this is called velocity time relation. This is velocity time relation. Velocity time relation. This is the first kinematic relation. V is equal to u plus at, first relation. Similarly, you can establish distance time relation. This is velocity time relation. Then you can write distance time relation. So second relation, we can establish the second relation. For this, you consider a body, starts with an initial velocity u, moves with uniform acceleration in a straight line like this, and attains a velocity v after a time of t and covering a displacement of s. So initial velocity u. So here body starts with initial velocity and moves with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means as time proceeds its velocity increases and acquires a velocity v in a time of t. In this time interval, the displacement covered is s. Let the displacement covered here is s during this time t. Now, from the definition of acceleration, you can write a is equal to v minus u by t. From this, you can write v is equal to u plus at. This is the first kinematic relation already we have derived. V is equal to u plus at. Now, what is displacement? Displacement s is equal to average velocity into time. Here average velocity, we have to consider average velocity. What is average? Average means sum of two parameters divided by 2. That is average. So here V average velocity is equal to total displacement by total time. In general, average velocity means total displacement by total time, that is s by t. Here total displacement is s, time taken is t. So V average equal to s by t. But here initial velocity is u, final velocity is v. So average velocity again you can write in terms of u and v. This is the basic definition. Average velocity means total displacement by total time. Average comes into picture when there is variation. When velocity is uniform, then there is no need of defining average velocity. Because when the body moves with constant velocity, same velocity, then there is no average. There is no need of defining average. But when the body moves with non-uniform velocity, when the body moves with acceleration, acceleration means velocity changes continuously. When the velocity changes, then we have to define average velocity. So average velocity means total displacement by total time taken. Here total displacement is s and time taken is t, so s by t. But general definition of average means initial plus final by 2. So V average is equal to initial velocity u, final velocity v. So u plus v by 2. This is average. Average of two terms means sum of the two terms by 2 divided by 2. So u plus v by 2. So this is average velocity. Here both are same. That means u plus v by 2 is equal to s by t. From these two equations you can write, or implies s is equal to, so here s is equal to, this t comes to this side. So u plus v by 2 into t, or s is equal to u plus v. What is v here? U plus at. So you can, instead of v, you can write u plus at. So u plus at divided by 2 into t as it is. Then you can write s is equal to, here u plus u, 2u plus at by 2 into t, or you can write s is equal to 2u into t by 2, or you can cancel out like this. This is u plus at by 2 into t. 2u by 2, 2 to cancel, then becomes u plus at by 2. We have to separate these two terms like this. U plus at by 2 into t. This is equal to u into t ut plus at into t, at square by 2, that is half at square. So s is equal to ut plus half at square. So you can write s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is displacement time relation. So using this equation, you can determine the displacement covered in a time of t, in a total time of t, say 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds, what is the displacement covered? So for that, you use this formula, s is equal to ut plus half at square. So if you know the acceleration, initial velocity and time, then you can calculate displacement covered in a particular time interval t. And this is called displacement time relation. Displacement time relation. So this is second kinematic equation, right? So we consider a body which starts with initial velocity u, moves with uniform acceleration, acquires a final velocity v in a time of t, covering a displacement of s. Then from the definition of acceleration, a is equal to v minus u by t. From this you can write v is equal to u plus at, which is the first kinematic relation. Now we have average velocity. What is average velocity? Total displacement by total time taken. That is s by t. And from general definition of average, V average is equal to, average velocity equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2, that is u plus v by 2. From these two equations you can write u plus v by 2 is equal to s by t. From this, s is equal to u plus v by 2 into t, or s is equal to, already we know v is equal to u plus at. So from this you can write s equal to u plus, instead of v you write u plus at by 2 into t. So on calculation you get s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So this is the displacement time relation. This is second kinematic relation. Again consider a body which is starting with initial velocity u, moving with uniform acceleration acquires a velocity v in a time of t covering a displacement of s. So, we consider a body starts with an initial velocity u, moves with uniform acceleration, that means velocity increases, gets a velocity v in a time of t. During this time interval t, so it covers a displacement of s. Now, from the definition of average velocity, you can write average velocity v average is equal to total displacement by total time. So, v average equal to s by t. Also, v average is equal to u plus v by 2. Average velocity means initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. From these two, you can write u plus v is equal to 2s by t, or you can write v plus u. Instead of u plus v, you can also write v plus u is equal to 2s by t. This is equation 1. So, from the definition of average velocity, you can write total displacement by total time. Also, average means initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. From these two, you can write v plus u is equal to 2s by t. Now, you have acceleration. From the definition of acceleration, what is acceleration? Change in velocity by time. So, here change in velocity is v minus u by t. From this, you can write v minus u is equal to this t multiplies a, that is at. So, this is equation 2. So, first of all, from the definition of average velocity, we have written s by t is equal to u plus v by 2. From this, you have written v plus u is equal to s by t. Again, from the definition of acceleration, a is equal to v minus u by t. From this, v minus u is equal to at. First and second equations, when you multiply these two, that is 1 into 2, equation 1 into 2 gives v plus u here and here v minus u. When these two are multiplied on left hand side equals to, here v plus u means 2s by t, 2s by t, 2s by t into what is v minus u? At. So, this is at. This is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. What is a plus b into a minus b? A square minus b square. So, you can write v square minus u square. This is equal to, so here this t cancels out, then you get 2as. So, v square minus u square equal to 2as. This is velocity displacement relation. Velocity displacement relation. V square minus u square equal to 2as. So, s is the displacement, total displacement, uniform acceleration, initial velocity, final velocity. So, this is the velocity displacement relation. So, in that way, when the body is in motion, to describe the motion, we use some relations, some formulas, some equations. So, these equations are called kinematic equations. So, kinematic equations are used to describe the motion of the body in a straight line. When the body is in a straight line, because when the body is in straight line, then you have uniform acceleration. Otherwise, when the body moves like this, then acceleration may be changed. So, when the body moves in the straight line, along a straight line, then we use these kinematic equations. Okay. So, first kinematic equation is v is equal to u plus at. Second relation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Third relation is v square minus u square equal to 2as. So, these are the three kinematic relations. To describe the motion of the body in a straight line, that is one dimensional motion. One dimensional motion means when the body moves in the same straight line, in a straight line, along the straight line, it is called one dimensional motion. So to describe the motion of the body in one dimensions, we use these kinematic equations. V is equal to u plus at, S is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as. So these are the three kinematic equations. Now based on these equations, we can do some problems. Let us do some problems. An object undergoes an acceleration of 8 meter per second square starting from rest. Find the distance travelled in 1 second. An object undergoes an acceleration of 8 meter per second square starting from rest. Find the distance travelled in 1 second. So here it is given the acceleration as 8 meter per second square. So given data, acceleration A is equal to 8 meter per second square. And here the body object starts from rest. Starts from rest means initial velocity is 0. When there is no velocity, body will be at rest. So initially the body is at rest. Hence initial velocity u, generally written as u, is 0 here because the body is at rest. Initially it is at rest. And we have to calculate the distance travelled in 1 second. 1 second means time is given as 1 second. So in this 1 second time interval, we have to calculate the distance. We have to find the distance, that is s. Yes, we have to find out. And what is the relation among these parameters? S, T, U, A. What is the kinematic relation that involves these parameters? S is equal to ut plus half at square. So you can use that formula using S is equal to ut plus half at square. So we have to calculate S. S is equal to U is 0. 0 into T, 0. So this term goes out. And here half at square. What is A? A is 8. So half into acceleration is 8 into T square. What is time here? 1 second. So 1 square. Then 8 by 2. 2 fours. 4 meter. Because this is displacement. Unit is meter. So S is equal to 4 meter. So distance covered in 1 second is 4 meter. Distance covered in 1 second is 4 meter. Okay. Next problem. A racing car has uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after the start? A racing car has uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So here acceleration is given as 4 meter per second square. Acceleration is given as 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover? That means you have to find the distance in 10 seconds. So time is given as 10 seconds. We have to find the distance covered. That is, yes, we have to find out. So we have to find the distance covered. Racing car has uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after the start? After the start means here initial velocity becomes 0. And you can assume, if it is not given, assume like that. Assume that the body initially has no velocity, starts from rest. You can assume as starts from rest. Hence u is equal to 0. Initial velocity is 0. We have to find S. Again, the same formula can be used. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So S is equal to Since u is 0, this is 0. So half, what is a? 4 into what is t here? 10. So 10 square. So this 2 times. So s is equal to 2 into 10 square is 100. So s is 200 meter. Next problem. If a body has initial velocity of 10 meter per second and attains a velocity of 20 meter per second in 5 seconds, then its acceleration is. So here body has initial velocity of 10 meter per second. So initially it has a velocity of 10 meter per second. So initial velocity, that is u is given as 10 meter per second. Attains a velocity of 20 meter per second in 5 seconds. That means at the end of 5 seconds, its velocity is 20 meter. So final velocity 20 meter per second and time interval of 5 seconds. So this is the given data. Initial velocity is 10 meter per second, final velocity is 20 meter per second, time interval is 5 seconds. Its acceleration, we have to find the acceleration. So a is equal to how much? And what is the kinematic relation that involves these parameters? V is equal to u plus at. So use that formula. So using V is equal to u plus at. So here V is 20. 20 is equal to u is 10 plus a not given, we have to calculate it. So a into here time interval is 5. So this is 5a, then 5a is equal to 20 minus 10. This 10 comes to this side. 20 minus 10. This is 10. So 5a is equal to 10. Then a is equal to 10 by 5. So 2 times. So a is equal to meter per second square, because this is acceleration. Unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So this is the acceleration. So here we have to write the data first. This is the data given and we have to calculate acceleration. Then just remember or remind the relation which connect these parameters, that is v equal to u plus at. Using this you can calculate acceleration as 2 meter per second square.